Well, my dears, this is Sydney Swan, and a very upset Sydney Swan at that. I mentioned in my last video I just got back from Townsville, and all I can say is it was a very close shave indeed, quite literally, for Sydney. Well, let me fill you in. I went up there to see the new production of Fiddler on the Roof. Now, in case you didn't know it, it was a production by Barry Nielsen and Colin Adams of the classic Fiddler on the Roof, and George Newhouse, the ex-mayor of Waverley, was taking a break from politics to do the Topol role of the Fiddler on the Roof. Anyway, the production was by Sasha Blumen and choreography by Peter Whitehead. Anyway, the Saint warned me not to go, but would I listen? No. Anyway, I got up there, and I tell you what, I couldn't find a convenience store to save my life. Every cafe closed before 6, so Sydney went to the local pub. And I thought I'd walked into an army barracks. And anyway, talk about tough. This pub was so tough, somebody's grandmother was taken to toilets and bashed and mugged. Anyway, all these men with bald heads and moustaches were there, and I didn't catch any names, but I mentioned to the barman that I was the arts reporter and what I was doing. And I don't know what it was, but the minute I mentioned Colin Adams and Barry Nielsen, the atmosphere in the pub became hostile. I barely escaped with my life. I had to climb out via a cubicle window, one of the toilet cubicles, and then I just raced through the bush. I raced. And it was dark. It was like a scene from The Howling. And anyway, all I could hear was these people, and I could see these shapes behind me, and they were yelling, "Get him, Chook! Get him, Chook!" Anyway, I ended up down on the beach, and I was running towards the sand dune, and I thought they were going to catch me, but suddenly this chopper roared up, and it was T-Girl from YouTube. And had it not been for her rescuing me, Sydney wouldn't be here today. I've had to shave off that beard so that if any of them come to Sydney, they won't recognise me. You know how long it took me to grow that fucking beard? Anyway, well, all I can say is I never got to see the production. But if Adams or Nielsen ever ask me to review another one of their shows, I can go to hell. But I'll tell you one thing, T-Girl is getting free tickets to any premiere in Sydney for the rest of my life. She's also on Sydney's Christmas card list permanently, an honour I bestowed a few. Well, I apologise for the lack of decorum in this week's show business report, but as you can imagine, I was beside myself, and however pleasant that might be, I didn't enjoy it. Ciao.